From time immemorial, Srirangapatna has been an urban center and place of pilgrimage. This beautiful river island overlooks many cities such as Mysuru and Talakadu. And because of this strategic location and geographical advantage, Srirangapatna became a major viceroyalty of the Vijayanagara Empire. And hence, conquering this was so important to Raja Wadayar, whose rise to power we will see in this video.
I'm standing in front of this very calm and serene river Kaveri. This river right now where it is flowing, it's a place called Srirangapatna in Karnataka. Before I continue telling the entire story of what happened here, I want us to understand, I want to emphasize on the fact that Srirangapatna was a very, very important place for the Mysuru kingdom, because due to the river, I think any place you go to, be it the gateway of India or any place where there is a water body, that place is actually the place where an enemy could enter. So I guess around 400 years ago, that is in 1600, there must be a fort which we don't see today, but there was a Srirangapatna fort, I am imagining, to kind of protect any enemy coming from outside to Srirangapatna, and hence kind of conquering the entire Mysuru kingdom. So Srirangapatna was a very main access point, and Srirangapatna was at the heart of Mysuru kingdom. So it was very important for any kingdom to protect Srirangapatna in order to kind of keep their entire territory intact. And in 1500s, Vijayanagara Empire was still having its base in Srirangapatna. Srirangapatna was ruled by the Vijayanagara Empire then. But after the Battle of Talikota, Vijayanagara Empire was in its very last leg, and the representative of Vijayanagara Empire was Tirumala. Tirumala was having his base in Srirangapatna, the place exactly where I am standing right now. Now, if I have to talk about the Wadayar dynasty, after Yaduraya and Krishnaraya, the most prominent ruler of the Wadayar dynasty, or the first most prominent ruler of the Wadayar dynasty, is none other than Raja Wadayar. Now, one of the big things Raja Wadayar had was a very hungry ambition to expand his territory, and he had almost expanded in other places, but he had left out the most important place, which is the key to the entire kingdom of Mysuru, is Srirangapatna. Srirangapatna was still ruled by the Vijayanagara Empire, which was on its very last leg. So what happened was the Nayakas of Madurai attacked Vijayanagara Empire in Srirangapatna, and Vijayanagara Empire, not being able to defeat them effortlessly, seeked for help from the Mysuru kingdom under Raja Wadayar. Now Raja Wadayar, as I said, was very hungry. He wanted to expand his territory. He had set his eye on Srirangapatna, so he was obviously not going to help them. He stayed away from it, and this was the starting point of the bad blood that developed between Vijayanagara Empire and Raja Wadayar. This was the starting point where Tirumala disliked, hated Raja Wadayar, and Raja Wadayar was extremely cold and strategic about it. He just wanted to expand his territory, and knowing that Vijayanagara was in its very last leg, he obviously did not want to help them. In fact, he wanted to conquer the territory himself so that he could consolidate the boundaries of Mysuru kingdom. So the temple that you are seeing behind me is the Ranganatha Swami temple. This temple has two significances. The first story, let me tell you, the first story is that this is the temple where Raja Wadayar was planned to be killed by Tirumala. There were many other incidents that worsened the relationship, and finally, to put an end to all these enmity between them, Tirumala once planned to invite Raja Wadayar to Srirangapatna, and this was during the time of Dasara festival, and he really thought that he will close all the difference of opinions between the two of them. But however, there was a small incident that took place, which was something to do with a particular title that Raja Wadayar felt that has to be given to the Wadayar dynasty, and Tirumala felt that belongs rightfully to the Vijayanagara Empire. So there was a kind of little bit of tiff about the particular title. What is the title? I am not too aware of right now, but this was what it was. and this led to a full-blown fight between the two of them. And that day, Tirumala, notwithstanding Raja Vodiyar, he actually planned to kill him. And where did he plan to kill him? He planned to kill him exactly in the temple that is behind me, which is Ranganatha Swami temple at Srirangapatna. When Raja Vodiyar would come along with his brother Bettada Chamaraja Vodiyar to offer prayers to Ranganatha Swami in the morning, Tirumala had actually planned to kill him. But somehow his plans and his entire details were loud enough for Raja Vodiyar to make sense of it. So he sensed it at the right time. And even before anybody could notice, at the middle of the night, he actually escaped from the Srirangapatna palace and went back to Mysore. And after this, there were again many more attempts done to kill Raja Vodiyar. Even at Kesare, there was a battle where Raja Vodiyar was tried to be killed, but Raja Vodiyar, being a brave man and being really backed by his brother like Betta Chamaraja Vodiyar, he could not be defeated by Tirumala. So at many places, Tirumala tried killing Raja Vodiyar, and Raja Vodiyar has always won over Tirumala. And after a series of losses from the Vodiyar dynasty, Tirumala was overthrown by his government, which is Vijayanagara Empire. And unable to bear this insult, finally Tirumala retired to Talakad to live with his wives Alamelamma and Rangamma. Now what happens later happens at Talakadu. That will be where my next video is going to be. So stay tuned, and if you liked my channel, please subscribe and like and comment.